of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Now let us continue on with the second part of our show here. Putting you two guys on the hot seat. Because you need to be on the hot seat. You've gone for years now speaking to the people and never really given a sight of you to them. You need to do that. You know? Jesus said, he who was without sin cast the first stone. And people love to quote that. And my Lord said to me that Jesus didn't cast a stone.
Right.
So what is that saying? And the people say, oh, Jesus was without sin. No, he wasn't. Jesus was with sin. Just like every created thing is with sin. Jesus was with the mercy of Allah and the forgiveness of Allah and the guidance of Allah and the perfection of Allah, where Allah consistently perfected him on a daily basis, on a continuous basis, to rid him of the sin. Because if he was sinless, he was the perfect being. He was El, and he was not. So all you folks who want to get angry about me saying that about your Lord and Savior, know that he's dead, and I don't know how he gonna save you, but
I was going to say the contemporary one.
but we need to let the people know that where we stand. You know, see, the people don't know how angry I can get with you and the people that's around me for seeing you fall. How hurt I can get for seeing you fall, dismayed. You know, some of the audience, some of the people who have viewed the show have, you know, approached me and others and said, why do we seem so angry? Well, the Lord's angry. Angry with the world, and angry with the people in this community, and angry with people, you know, right outside this community. Angry with family members of mine and yours. You know, people want to think that the Lord is all happy.
Right.
When it goes around throwing trees around and houses around and doing all kind of stuff, taking man out in ferocious ways, and they want to say, oh, the Lord is this, that, and the other. Oh, yeah, right. Keep with that illusion if you want to. Right. Because you get this great shock of the word of your life when you pass on and go to the throne of the Lord and find out that it's not as forgiving as you want to believe. Right. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, we need to let the people know that, you know, where we fall short. You know? Even I got beat up the other day by the Lord. Because it told me not to do some work, and I'm so adamant, and I want to do work, and, you know, and I got beat up. And I'm like, well, I thought I was doing good. Yeah, you was doing good, but I told you not to. So it's not for me to say, well, because it's good, I should go do it. No, if the Lord say don't, it's not right. It ain't about good or bad. It's about right and wrong. It's the righteous. And if it tells you something to do, that's right. Whether it appears wrong or not. And we need to let the people know that we have our faults. That we should not put what they see on us on the community of people they don't know. Or on Allah, on Ahezaah. Ahezaah gave me the divine book of recitation, the book of the 7 seals, the holy clarifier, long time ago. And I still haven't published it. And I'm sitting back, and it tells me, that's my book. I be like, I want to publish this book, and they say, it's my book. So who am I to go and say, you gave me the book back in the 90s, you should let me publish it? And
Right.
no, it's its book. I don't know when it's going to allow the public to see it. But I know I speak from it. But there's so many things that I can't say, that it has brought down through me that I can't even voice. Too much for me to voice. But there's going to come a time for it.
Right.
And when that time comes for it, many of the people who have accused me wrongfully, they're going to be afraid when they find out that I am the servant of the Lord as I've said I am.
Right.
But there's no rush for me.
Right.
Look at the world going astray more and more, just like Ahezaah said it would. You know? And with you sitting in the front row seat, knowing what's coming down, knowing what's being said to me before the people hear it, you have a great responsibility. This is not like a democracy, and this is not a capitalistic government here. And we don't have divisions where you can go and just do your own thing and then there's no one to answer to but someone of your peers. You have to answer to Ahezaah, for real. But the thing about it is that you haven't answered fully. You may sit back saying, yeah, it chastised me, and yeah, Ray, you think you got chastised. You think you got chastised for your wrong, and that's that. Oh, no.
Right. No, I never put it in that.
No, but you say it all the time. You speak that on the camera a lot. When you say, yeah, I've done this, that, and I've been praying, and I do this, that, and the other now, and it's like you accomplished something.
No, but
No, don't deny it, because you've done it
Right.
on the camera, and I got witnesses. All the audience, if they play back some of the
Right.
tapes, they'll know that you do that.
Right, but I'm not saying it in that.
I'm not trying to say what term you're saying it in.
Right.
I'm only saying what comes out.
Okay.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying what comes out. Like
Okay.
you could say to me, when you talk, you sound, you got this wang in your voice like a Native American, and I don't like it. And I could say, there ain't no wang in my voice, and then hear the tape and say, dag, it's a wang in his voice.
Okay. Right.
What it mean? I don't know. It's there. It is coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm only speaking to what you do.
Okay.
I'm not accusing you about what's behind it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Lord, there's, conscious, there's a weightiness. We know there's how weighty it is to express what it is that we're getting, we must do it right.
Well, you do it all the time. You express that all the time. But the people do need to hear that, because see, like I say again, you have all different levels of people. And listen, you got people out there that hate you, and they'll still tune in on the show to hear what you're talking about. You got people that love you, and they'll tune in on the show. You got some people out there right now might be angry with me for putting you on blast a little bit. I want to say that I really care about how you feel about me, but I'm telling the truth, I don't. I got to do what I got to do. If I start caring about what you feel, then I'm going to take my cares to my Lord, and it might get me.
Lord, I might have
You
an
know.
audience out there that's applauding right now.
That's true. Like, get him. Let me write in and tell you what else he do. Yeah, I'm quite sure that goes on because, I've had my time struggling. Struggle. One of the perverted things about struggling after you arrive, you miss the struggle. You get perverted in the struggle. The struggle becomes good. And see, some people is perverted in it and they haven't arrived and they don't know they perverted in it. So they just like to struggle. They don't want to accomplish anything. They just want to struggle. Therefore, they discombobulated, they're imbalanced, they argumentative, you know, and they going through a whole lot of things inside themselves, and they feel like, well, I'm on the path, you know. No, you're not. Because the path is not perverted. But we can become perverted just by the very fact that we at war. People who go to war don't stay sane. They don't stay balanced. You ever met a person that just came out of war? I have. And that's a scary person. Dangerous person. I've met people that just fresh off the plane from Vietnam. People I knew that when I looked in their eyes, I didn't know them. And they didn't know me. They were a different person from a different experience. People I grew up with. Seeing them away from home when I was away. I was like, whoa. Huh? But some years, 20 years later, I see them and they've readjusted. But I see that experience in them. But they've readjusted. It's the same way when you struggle in the path of Allah, the path of Ahezaah. You going through a change, man. You know? And see, where some people make their mistake, they at war, but then they want to hang out in town. They want to go and get a weekend pass from the path and party with the regular people. And forget that they really at war within themselves. Those are the ones you call hypocrites and deceit artists. I apologize. Did you still have something to say? I know it's been over 45 minutes, so, but, you know, my brothers here, they was putting a puzzle up here for me, you know, that I had to get through, you know?
Holy Queen Mother,
Yeah. But you have?
She said she wanted to.
Oh, well, this ain't about you. It's about them today. And if I was to put her up here, you know what would happen, right? See, she's sitting back off camera, people talking about, I want to apologize to people, but let me put her up here and start putting her on blast and see what she do to me. Well, you wouldn't see what she do to me. But you'd see me all clawed and messed up the next show. You know, I'd be up here bandaged up like Khalid the Mummy. Huh? See, mess me up, huh? Take my heart, rip it right out, throw it on the table, leave it beaten by itself. She try to set me up with that woman thing. I want to apologize. Apologize to me off screen and leave me alone. I ain't crazy. I know these brothers just gonna go and lick their wounds when the cameras go off. I will have hell to pay.
Oh,
Who she thinks she jiving? Yeah, right. You know, Ahezaah kept me not acknowledging her for some reason. But you know, really, when you know, I mean, I give you permission to question me. You know, the thing about it is, when you representing Ahezaah, it's a scary thing when you have to bear yourself. It's a hard thing for some people when they can't give up, when they can't sacrifice themselves. You know? Some people don't understand what sacrifice is. You got so many adults, they want to live their lives, and they think they doing good by their children, trying to force their children's minds into their minds. And then they take away their children's rights, and they don't sacrifice themselves. By the order that Ahezaah give us, we as parents, one of the automatic things we supposed to do is to sacrifice ourselves for the child. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? The Africans had some wisdom. Got that from Allah. But most people don't know what that means. Like everybody got to get together and chase this child out and raise him. Send milk on over to the house, send funds over there and make sure everybody want to be a godparent, No. It's a simple thing. A child, my child, may not listen to me, but he may come and listen to you. Your child may not listen to you, but they'll go and listen to someone else, being frustrated with you. Now, if you teach your child, don't listen to nobody but me. Nobody, but don't listen to nobody, then you shortchanging your child. When you should teach your child to listen for wisdom from everywhere, to listen from wisdom. Huh? And if you sacrificing yourself in the name of Ahezaah and putting yourself in the hands of Ahezaah, then Ahezaah going to manifest your sacrifice. Going to manifest you as a sacrifice for your children. Not just your children, but your spouses and your community. Now, if you got enough people in your community, in your village, so to speak, sacrificing themselves, then the children can go to just about any adult who've had time on this earth, experiences, to get some explanations about some questions they have. But if they got a bunch of people that's not right, then how is that community going to raise them children? Look at our children out here in the world today just killing each other. Huh? You got kids, you can go through the urban area and everybody got a mean face like they the toughest thing walking. Never seen so many tough guys in the world, man. It's look like they just want to rip somebody's neck out. Everybody. And I'm like, okay, where's the mild-mannered guys? Where's the good guys? It ain't none no more. Gotta be some out there, but they cloaked in ugliness. So where's the adults in the community to raise them as a community? They dead. They all dead. So the politicians have got what they want, all this chaos, so that they can continue to lead. And they're not leading the children. They're leading a select few who can keep their establishment going in this chaos. Why is it that a group of men got to get together in Congress or the Senate to decide on what's right? Why they and what's wrong and vote and all this old craziness? Why they can't recognize wisdom and agree with wisdom, with the wise? Don't you know all that division trickles down into the world?
So they feed on the politicians.
Of course. But it's not just the politicians. It's the parents today. Huh? We're living in like a madhouse. And we as leaders, we have to do something about it. You know, I can't go to the city hall and talk to the mayor. The mayor said keep him out of city hall. From what I was told, and some people in the state, keep him out. Why? What am I doing? You don't want me to talk sense to you? You know? So I stay out of city hall. I stay out of their way. Because I didn't want to talk to them anyway. They don't know I'm for real. I'm Allah's messenger, and I leave that to Allah. They gonna get theirs. It's like the world gonna get theirs. But what about you? Do you realize you're gonna get yours? Because if you don't, you need to. And you need to fear. So that you get whatever you get of yours to be good.
Right.
You need to fear and surrender. Surrender the truth. Surrender the righteousness. So whatever you get as a reward will be good. You know? It won't be a penalty. You know?
Right.
So what do you have to add? about yourselves. Since, I know you just love, let them keep talking. Soon the show will be over, and I still won't say what he want me to say.
Nah, just breaking it. Recognize, ask Allah bless you, bless your bad habits for one, because Lord knows, growing up, habits that we hold on to, it's almost like a security blanket, and breaking those ties that bind us to this, or is what thing I wrestle with daily. These things, and in doing that, my mistakes and errors are manifested, causing that very thing that I wrestle with on this path. And I need my Lord, but I seek to give the best, but I don't know what the best is. I know the best is L. So,
well, one of the things is you need to take but out of your language. You need to use but quite a few times just in this sentence, because that but is giving you an out. That but is like a side door. I try to surrender to my Lord, but you're out the side door. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't realize how much the people need to know that we are weak and frail and have our faults, and that we're struggling and that we're having hardship with our struggles. You got people that sit back and look at you and they say, well, you don't need to show weaknesses. That's the way the government is ran.
That's the way the world, yeah.
Never admit your faults. Show strength, this, that, and the other, so the people will believe in you. They want the people to believe in them. I don't want the people to believe in me. I want the people to believe in Ahezaah. I'm a subject of Ahezaah's. I'm a servant to Ahezaah. I am subjected to it, and I serve its cause, whether I want to or not. Right. And I remember I had an illness came down on me, and a person who claimed that they loved me more than anybody in this community found out about this illness and laughed as though I was telling a joke, and couldn't stop laughing. And the more I told this person about how I felt, how bad I felt about being taken down by my Lord, she laughed harder and harder and harder. And you know how you get that laugh where you can't help yourself, where it start hurting? Right. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, how could she laugh at my downfall so hard? What's going on? This is perverted. What's going on? But what happened was the Lord brought out a truth about her that she thought was hidden. Her enmity towards me. But I sympathized with it, and I said, you know what? I realized that she got a lot of hardship, a lot of things happening in her family, devastating things happen, and she just want to see that she's not alone in being hurt. If the messenger could be hurt, then she all right. So that meant something to her. It's perverted, but it did. But I don't want to have my head cut. I guess if I get my head cut off, she probably die laughing. It rolled down the street. Did you see it roll down the street like a bowling ball? Who? The messenger's head. I love him more than anybody in the community, but his head rolled out there. It was so funny. Was he still talking? Yeah, that was the funny part about it. But that's the way it is with people. They look at you. You might not realize that, brothers. They look at you and they say, well, he always talking about this, that, and the other. What about him? They always want to know, what about him? Because they're looking for something to scapegoat. They're looking for a way out. Why hide the truth of your weakness so that when they find out, they could try to kill you by it? If it's there, it's there. I always let people know, hey man, I'm fighting, I'm struggling, I'm doing this, I got hard. It ain't that easy. But look, I believe this, that, and the other, and I surrender myself to this, that. Despite my faults, I do this, that. I got this going on and that going on. You don't have to express what's happening in your private life to everybody, but there's some people you need to. People that's close to you. They can't understand, well, you saying this, but how can I go with you and you doing that?
But I think of the apology that's due to people, whereas I may show and share the truth of my weaknesses and my flaws with them, but if I'm in turn not diligent about improving myself, about trying to turn around and better that. And I
That's
keep
where
coming back.
that's where
Then
I'm
yes,
trying to
what the
get to
apologists
with
do.
y'all. That's my very reason for
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing today. To get you to see this, to realize this, to say what you just said. You know? See, there's enough of that flipping and flopping and trying to be slick. I laugh at you. You know I laugh at you. I say you say things to me and then you try to be slick. Right? You know, people don't know the relationship we have. You know, they think, you know, I don't know what they think. But I know sometimes you think that I don't see you and you say things and say, man, I don't think the messenger seen me. He ain't say nothing. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like I don't care thing, but it's almost like I don't care thing because, like, you know, you're going to reap what you sow.
Right.
And when you sow it and you come back to me, I say, okay, let's go back there to what you thought I didn't see.
Right.
You know, I mean, I ain't got time to get with every individual and try to live their life with them, man. I got too much to do. It's a blessing for me that all my duty is just to deliver the message. That's a blessing. I've hurt myself by trying to do more than that, trying to help a brother understand, you know, and caring about him. You know, that's why I made the little joke about I didn't care about what they felt about me.
Right.
You know, it was a joke, people. I do care. Then again, I don't care. It's like I'm in water, you know. I care. No, I don't. I care. No, I don't. You know, but that's life, you know. But I've enjoyed myself here putting you on the hot seat. You know, Drees really gets nervous. I wonder why he gets so nervous. He almost get defensive. Then did you see that? He like his shine gone. He ain't even shining. If we was dogs, we'd be growling at each other. In fact, Care be like,
I'm trying to.
on the sideline. What y'all gonna do?
I'm trying. What was that you called Mr. Loquacious? Mr. Wordsmith? You got us fighting up here with each other.
That's
But the people,
It's
it's for the people.
Yeah.
See, if you're going to sacrifice, you're going to be a leader, you got to sacrifice yourself. I've since 1979, I've been people's doggone carpet, punchline, whatever they want to say about me. I've been a lot of things for people, you know what I mean? And I've been a guardian for people. I've been a helpmate to people. And many of the people that I've helped have turned on me. You know, when you got a deceit artist, you got a deceit artist. No matter what you do, it's like a scorpion, man. They're going to bite you. They're going to sting you regardless. You know, you pick a scorpion up out of a trap, man, and say, I'm going to save you. That sucker sting you. Bing. You know what I mean? And that's the way some people are. You know, most people. You know, and, but... to thy own self be true. Be a friend to yourself, man. You know? I always say when your moment come, you know, there's times when moments come in your life. And when that moment come, you need to jump at it because that moment don't stay there all the time. It don't stay long. You know? So on the path of the way, you got a moment of realization. You got to jump at that moment of realization. You got to beg your Lord in that moment of realization. Oh, I got a moment here, Lord, please have mercy on me. Thanks for giving me this moment so I can beg you for real. You think about when you go say your prayers and what have you. Think about how many times you for real about your prayers. You know there's a difference. A lot of people will never admit it. They say, oh, I made my prayers, I made my fire. Did you? Did you? How many times in a month did you really pray to the Lord in the proper manner? You know, how many people question themselves about that? They need to question themselves about that, and they need to be true to themselves. And with that, I guess we got to go. And now you can have the host back.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
They gonna put the numbers on the screen. Right to us, A.H.A.D Incorporated, P.O. Box 8795, Newark, New Jersey 0713. At the internet, thirdhouse@yahoo.com. Lord Holy-Apostle.
Yes.
Those in the audience, those watching, thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
You know,
We'll do this again.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right?